So if 1008 is the higher seed, they're on the left, right? Which is
Yeah,
the
they're
higher
the blue team.
power. So does the other side play safe and conservative, or do they just come out really aggressive, thinking they have nothing to lose? Right. That's what I always like to see, especially the lower powered. How do they?
I feel like in this position, you kind of want to play to your strengths. So make sure you don't lose any of your buildings, and then try to focus on wherever they're weakest.
Yep.
But all the rallies were slightly slower, so they're not off to the great start. And I don't even think they're doing any rallies to the other side.
Not doing rallies to the other side. That is crazy.
Yeah, they might be doing, like I'm thinking of, just play to their strengths. Just make sure they don't lose any buildings. Because as soon as you start losing buildings, that's where you really start losing the momentum. If you can hold all your buildings, then you're kind of fine.
Yeah, I mean, some underdogs will play that, right? Hold my buildings, try to win the arcs, win the match. Don't overextend.
I like that they definitely had people tile hopping. Like, there's a cow that went from the outpost. You're going to jump into that caravan and then get the obelisk, and he's probably going to be... Oh, no, he's going...
Trying to reset them.
That would be cool.
He's trying to pull a black joker and rush T1 Cav across the field. Otherwise known as a legend Roni.
No. It's a black joker. That's much better.
Let's see if he can do it.
They managed to get all of their outposts right away, and while that's not huge.
Our last two opponents have both tried to do it against us and both failed. And I'm on delayed graphics, so I can't see like the size of these, or on reduced.
Blue's opening super aggressive.
Let's see if this CC can get there and reset this thing or not.
Where is he at this point? Oh, wow, he's already at their desert altar. Yeah, it also has delayed graphics on for me. If that's a full T1 march, that might be able to... That rally hits in 15 seconds.
Rallies too.
He's just barely going to beat the obelisk, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. Just go try to get a shrine.
Oh, blue is in the bottom obelisk.
Oh, no.
Red alert, they pulled a Tyrion on the bottom side.
I mean, do you know what the rally was? Battle report should work, yeah. It's a...
It looked...
it's a Cow Con, and it's just one march, so that rally's going to kill it.
Blue did the same thing. They did... Yeah, you're slightly delayed versus my live feed. Yeah, blue did the same thing on the bottom side. They did a T1 march just to reset that timer. So red got it back right away.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of want at least more than... Like, if you're going to do that, try to have, like, a march. Like, a full rally do that.
Yeah, so if you look at this, it basically will delay them for a minute, right? So they got it back. So red is going to reset this timer.
But they're pushing heavier mid anyways. Like, look at how many armies are by the Shrine of War that are going to just, like, go push the Desert Altar that has no one.
Yep. Right. I'm surprised they're not pushing. Oh, they are. They're kind of stopping. Yeah, but red on the bottom side now, they'll be delayed a minute, almost a minute and a half. The structurals will be open. They won't be able to port.
I mean, they have a decent... Like, that's one good thing about how they're not launching rallies, is they just have a bunch of marches by all of their buildings.
Yeah, I don't know. They have a ton up there. Are they going to push? Are they pushing? Oh, they're pushing now. Now they're pushing.
Oh, did you see the rally that they had on the outpost? They took the outpost, and then one went to the south one, and one went to the north one. I don't know if anyone on red has noticed.
Hmm.
I really like that as an opening. That's really good.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Red is pushing up here. It's going to be a big battle for that top side desert altar. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's a big fight already. And they got a rally come in to help reinforce all of that. Where blue still doesn't have any rallies out, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Even though a bunch of them have already ported up. Like, they're kind of squandering that porting advantage.
Oh, yeah, on the bottom side, they should absolutely be going nuts, rallying the enemy. I don't know what they're doing. They're sending a lot of marches forward. Now, finally, they've set a rally.
Yeah, Shenron's a really good player, and his Attila Takeda is brutal, but by the time his rally gets there, they're gonna be able to port in.
Yeah, they were 50 seconds late setting that rally. It's those little things especially in the opening game, like you have to kind of know what you want to do and just have it like clockwork.
Those first occupations are huge. Although I think they should have delayed the outpost first occupation. Divine aid on both sides makes sense, and here's some supports.
Yep, both desert altars are. Here comes the rally for 1008 on the bottom. Guess what? It's an Attila Takeda rally.
Yeah. He's going. I saw the last match against Temple Run. He is. If it plays out the same way, he's just going to Attila Takeda rally that Desert Altar the whole match. Oh, that's interesting. It's a Richard in the Desert Altar.
Yeah, I mean a Richard held off our swarm in MTO earlier for like a minute and a half or 2 minutes. If you watch Chisgle's video, they did a really nice job refilling it.
They still not gotten back that outpost. I think they might lose their first occupation bonus on that. Like, not a lot, but 160 points is 160 points.
Oh, for sure.
There's been more than a couple of games that came down to a couple 100 points.
Yeah, one AVG. What was that? 200 or 300?
About that.
Really? We have an Edward rally sighting on the bottom side sky altar.
Ooh, I like that. Is that from red or blue?
Red is. He's getting sworn by about 10 marches. Let's see how long this rally lasts.
Yeah, that's not going to last very long.
Oh, blue is going mid. 3 minutes before the arc.
I mean, blue has a really big presence there already.
And... Oh, but they lost their desert altar on the top side. So is red going to play more the structure game and blue's going to play more the art game?
Yeah, I think at that point it's totally reasonable to just give up on the first arc. Try to
And
force
red,
them to bring it to the Shrine of War bottom side, and if they manage to put some pressure on that as well.
red is going to take the Shrine of Life on the top side. There's no help from blue coming to that.
The that rally on the Desert Altar bottom is starting to fall, but they still have just an insane amount of marches around there.
Yeah. Blue kind of needs that to since they've lost their own altar.
Oh, that's an Edward Tamiris assistance on the Saladin pawn rally.
So the rally is lost on the bottom. Can the swarm still take the structure?
I feel like the Swarm might.
It looks like it, unless if red does a really good job of supporting that.
And all their armies that took the Desert Altar are going to start to go mid and just cut them off. I feel like they want to keep some armies there to kind of help. Oh, they are. They're keeping at least some.
A few.
Help support the
Yep.
army.
Let's see if blue can get more too. Otherwise,
They're just ignoring their outpost completely, which
yeah, blue has every outpost. Outpost points count.
they do, but at the same time, they're kind of they got an altar, which is kind of better. But that top sky altar is super heavily defended.
Yeah. Well, blue's winning the point game right now, 420 to 200.
That's where those outposts are coming in.
Yep. And they
lost another altar on the bottom. That Swarm did win.
Yep. Yep. This arc's going to be important. Yeah. Where do you even try to bring this arc? Because all of red forces are coming in from behind you.
You kind of got to swing that to the Shrine of War.
I think so. You got to just try to grab.
You think if we're talking in terms of lanes,
Yep.
like they have their Desert Altar, so that's probably the least contested area.
Yeah, look at the top of the map is crazy. Blue lost like their own two, but then they took the enemy sky altar. It's just a lot of flipping. A lot of offense and not a lot of defense apparently.
Well, I feel like they're a younger kingdom as well, so that might have something to do with like maybe some of their garrisons aren't the best. Oh, why is there a Boudica there? What is this Boudica doing?
So red is just at the arc. They're going to play blocker and try to block whichever way blue tries to go. Try to encourage blue to take it the other direction or something. I don't know. This is curious.
Oh, well, they seem to be moving towards the Shrine of War, so maybe they're just going to try to like cut that off.
So
but like
the red's that way. Actually, blue. Look at blue has a ton now. The other way, tight towards the Desert Altar. That arc carrier should flip it. Yep, he did.
Yeah.
He's now heading top. That's a good arc carrier. Reclusive one. When you're carrying the arc, you want to be reclusive.
But now he's.
You don't want
Where's he going now? He changed directions towards middle.
Multiple times he's changed. Oh, did red just give up in the middle?
They seem to just be trying to take that Shrine of War, so maybe they're trying to take that and then make a push in.
Yeah. So where is he just going to bring this straight back to his outpost then?
He might be trying to go to the outpost because red's making moves toward the Desert Altar. That rally's going to hit soon. Was that fight to the death?
No, it was War Drums. So War Drums gives you 80% attack for 5 minutes for those marches. So they will definitely swarm down this Shrine of War with War Drums.
Yeah, that's gonna melt, and there's no support there. And as long as they fill that up, they should be able to intercept the arc carrier. But given how slow it is. But the Shrine of War is kind of holding on a lot more than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's a Connie they have in there?
There's so much because of the war drums. I can't even really see the other stuff going on.
Yeah, and blue got there big time too.
Yeah.
No, wait, Why
What
is
is he? Oh,
the arc here?
maybe he's gonna
Or
go bring it towards the obelisk and just kind of hold on to it. And they did this last time where they just delayed the arcs.
yeah, that's where he's heading to. It's interesting. He went to the side where all of the red marches are.
Well, I
The
mean,
top.
the red marches are gonna die by that Shrine of War, very very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always an interesting call for whoever's kind of running the show in Osiris League or Arc. When do you delay an arc capture and when do you just let it go?
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. There was a lot of Richards and tanky marches swarming that Shrine of War, but not that many DPS. And like he's bouncing around again. I, I think at this point they're just gonna play with the food. And like they disrupted all of their structures, so they're just not getting any points right now. Like the point differential's pretty massive. Blue's doing an incredible job of just disrupting the outposts.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure those guys are also killing any provisions because I don't see any farmers anywhere on the map. I mean, that's a really good way of doing it. Like, you don't necessarily need to hold the buildings. It's just a death by 1,000 cuts of as long as you're holding your buildings and they're not getting points. Like, how long have they been getting 200 points per minute more than them?
Yeah.
At least 10 minutes?
A lot of the match. And they should, unless if they screw up somehow, they should get the first arc for 3,000 points.
Isn't the first arc 1,500?
No. 3,000, then it goes up by 500 each. 3,000, then 3,500, then 4,000, 4,500.
Yeah, and I feel like he's just going to sit there until they're ready to cap it. And from what I remember seeing, they try to cap it and then time it in a way that by the time the next arc comes around, they'll either have a push going on the side and be able to go mid.
Yep.
Like that's one nice thing about having the arc and holding it is you get to decide when the next battle happens.
Yep. Nine total rallies right now.
That's a lot of rallies. Is that a counter rally?
Yes, there are a couple, I believe.
Fenron's going back for that desert altar again, but it's super well defended.
Yeah, all sides are defending their structures really well now. They've kind of settled in.
Yeah, the only point differential is that one outpost.
Yep. Yeah, and until the arc is delivered, right? It's don't even think about the middle.
Like I feel like they need to make ultra plays here, because they need to start like getting big points per minute.
I mean, they've caught up in points per minute. They're only down 30 because they've, lost one outpost.
But, like the bottom sky altar is starting to get some pressure.
They're down.
But it's another Ed rally, I think.
Yep, they're down 1,000 points, and Blue essentially has 3,000 in the bag, so that's 4,000 they have to make up. Now the next arc is 3,500 and can wipe that out.
Yeah, I feel like Blue's gonna hold on to that arc until they at least get one other building.
Oh, Red's mounting a pretty strong push there at that bottom.
Yeah, Sky Altar?
Hey, battle reports are fixed now.
Yeah, that was a nice little change. They got decent support towards that topside desert altar, but there's a lot of blue there.
Yep. Both sides. Bottom side is defending their. Red is defending their desert altar really well.
A lot of debuff marches as well to kind of just melt down those Attilas.
The desert altar is such a kind of precarious structure because it's worth so much, and it's the most forward of anyone's structures, so it's the closest to the enemy, which is why it's often attacked the hardest, because it's the easiest for an enemy to rally a big assault on it. But that goes for both sides. Each side has a desert altar that they can attack and that they can defend.
I feel like the desert altars are where most of the fighting happens. And yeah, red needs to mount a good offensive, but like when all the structures look the way they do, like they just have a ton of armies supporting it because they don't have to worry about. Oh, they did capture the Ark.
So now they did an 8-minute timer. So we could easily still have 3 arcs in this match. Probably not 4.
Definitely not 4. And even 3 might be cutting it because I feel like if blue
5
gets it, they're gonna just delay it.
Was it our second OL match that we got 5 of them?
Wasn't it the first and the second?
Maybe it was against the last Swaggy.
Ooh, blue's got a really good amount of forces coming towards the Sky Altar. There's some defense coming from red, but
On the top?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and blue's coming hard at the Shrine of War on the bottom as well, or on the top as well.
And blue has their garrison in case they win, just kind of waiting to park a building.
What garrison are they
It's
putting full?
a con again.
Con, okay. Oh, I see him there. Devil 77.
I think this is probably the most defensive game I've watched in OL. I think it's going to be really hard for red to really push and try to start getting anywhere because they need to commit so many armies to just defending their structures.
Yep. Hey, Turquoise says hi, by the way.
Hey, Took. Like, I kind of wish that Attila Decatur rally going towards the Desert Altar was a little bit more delayed. Like that, they could have defended the Shrine of War and then used all those armies to push up with the other rally. And yeah, there are definitely a lot of people using a lot of epics. Like, I've seen a bunch of Hermans. I saw Boudica. Has old Shenron not gotten that Desert Altar back?
Where is 77? Is that 1177?
It might be
Right?
1277. Oh no,
That'd say 277 then.
oh no, it would be 1177. I'm imagining.
So I mean, they're like, you know, less than a month older than we are, so they should have the same, essentially the same commanders.
I mean, there's definitely a bunch of YSS Theos. I'm not seeing them take advantage of any Chandras. And I haven't noticed that many Wills.
Nuts. I got kicked out. Now I can't get back in.
Oh no.
Yeah, I also can't see it.
It's like
That's why I don't talk.
I need my connection to hold on. Go to the front. Kind of like then out. Okay, so red still has a bunch of people that haven't ported up. And blue does as well, but are any of these people gathering? Yeah, they have a couple of people gathering on blue. I could use a Valiant Stand to try to keep that Desert Altar. They definitely need to hold that as long as they can.
Yep. We got about 4 minutes till arc. So if you're red and you're losing and you've lost the first arc, how hard and how early do you go for this next one?
I mean, blue's already there in really big numbers. And given that they saw that they have no problem delaying the arc, I feel like you kind of need to go mid and try to get a third arc right away, because if they just delay it and there's only one more arc, even if you get it, that's not going to be enough.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, red basically gave up that last one. They had a bunch of marches there and just kind of walked away.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the play. Oh, that was cold coffee. That was just way too much instant coffee. And once again, like, blue is just disrupting all their outposts and just death by 1,000 cuts. And like, Valiant Stand still has 4 minutes on their Desert Altar, so I don't think they're going to lose that Desert Altar, even with the amount of people going. And I think that's another Saladin Khan rally going on the Shrine of Life, and I wonder if that's just due to the lack of Attila Takedas. And it's another Edward rally on the Sky Altar. And that, at that point, that seems like they need to change it up.
Yep. You know, I was thinking earlier today about Saladin Takeda rallies would be an interesting alternative to Attila Takeda.
I really like what the Titans did, where to switch it up, they went Guan heavy.
Oh, interesting. Guan rallies.
Yeah, that's the match you need to watch after, because they played exceptionally well, and there's definitely a couple of things we can steal from that game plan.
Oh, I like stealing.
Hi guys in chat. This is what's happening.
Hey, we have 8 people watching now.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
One is me.
Yay, Princess Power.
Yay!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 8.
Ja.
Ja. Ja.
Richtig, gut gemacht.
Sehr gut.
Ja, richtig gut.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Yeah. But it was right.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can steal your plans, but you guys executed it perfectly. Oh man, Red's trying to go mid, but they didn't go in altogether, and people are just getting swarmed down really heavily.
Yeah, you can't have that.
And like, I don't even think that was mistimed more than that, other than just they got outnumbered super heavily.
Oh, I got in.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you kind of just got to play the game where you hope other people drop, and then you just steal their spot.
Yep. But as I said, I don't mind stealing from people, so.
And they got the March speed going.
Yep, Cow with a free run. No one against him. No red circling around. It's disappointing there's only one match now, and it's basically going to be over here. Oh, there's a couple infantry hitting him.
But once again, those are just like super tanky. And
yeah, Con Joan. It's more of a support march than a.
I mean, there's a Charles YSG. They're taking that nice little hidden approach, but
Stealing one of my marches. Yeah, everyone's excited for what these new infantry commanders are going to look like. The rumors are that rumors are rumors, that it could be the next kind of meta rallying. What people thought Guan was going to be might actually be the next meta, something to actually beat or come really close against a YSS Theo.
I feel like it either needs to counter YSS Theo,
yep,
in some part, or it needs to counter Attila Takeda. I would much rather if it's an Attila Takeda rally, a counter.
I mean, if you think about it, like, there's probably 8 garrison pairs that 1 versus 1 will beat an Attila Takeda. Like,
but that's the thing, you're also speccing that commander specifically to beat Attila Takeda, where you're going to start losing out against.
You're right, because that's all anyone rallies with. So you are right. You just ignore all skill damage reduction, and you just because if you rally with anything other than that, it especially in here, it gets swarmed down in 5 seconds. But yeah, so you think about what would it have to be to beat. So certainly Theo, the wipe is huge. So it can't be heavy on debuffing the target, since Theo beats debuffs.
It would have to probably be similarly to what Attila does, where it's just like, cool, I'm gonna buff my own stats.
Yeah. Just huge damage. It'd be interesting if they at least came up with one that like paired really well with Guan.
I would like that, because in theory, like, I get it. Guan and Theo and Leo kind of go together, but it's so rare to ever see a Guan Theo rally, because Guan Alex is just so much better.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Theo remove silences? Actually,
correct.
That's interesting,
correct.
Because if she's silenced, how does she cast the skill? Does her silence removal supersede the silence effect?
That's a great question. Maybe she can't remove. Well,
I think she does. Hey, Princess, can you can you look at Theo's skills? And no, gotta go away.
Yeah, blue now has 3 of the altars and 3 of the shrines. Yeah. 4 of the arcs, and they took both arcs. They're good. One is a good team.
I think they were top 32 team last year for sure.
Oh, so someone in chat, your only fan, Lobo. Nope, she doesn't remove silence. Anything with a silence is the only thing Theo can't debuff. All right, that's great. Thank you. Right. Okay. That's what Sendu just said. She can't cast her own skill if she's silenced. So there you go. So a Guan plus. Now the thing is, though, if you picked a secondary for a Guan, like, you would want someone with probably a shield. You'd want someone with. I mean, you'd almost design Alex, right?
Yeah.
You'd want a shield. You'd want a big nuke. You'd want big stats. And that's exactly what Alex brings, and yet it's still not as good as. It's just the skill tree. The skill tree is so much weaker when swarmed versus attack or defense.
Yeah,
That's why I mean Chandra led rallies. Just it's that skill tree is just.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna add that to my video where I didn't talk about it as much as just how many percentage of stats you're gonna get from each tree in theory.
Yeah. I mean, Minnow rallies were the thing in KVK1 with full nuke skill tree. And people fell in love with the skill tree and the rage regen and all the extra skill stats. And then people found out you could swarm them. Yeah, 1008 is good. They're gonna be it is interesting how many there's a lot of new names and faces in the top 32 this year. I think JWM's Kingdom only has one.
Yeah.
In the JWM themselves.
I think they had a Civil War and JWM 2 might be called something else now, I think.
Well, kind of, yeah. It's Gecko played for JWM 2 and then they were like BN, BNW, BNA, BN something. And they lost. So they're out. 399 has 3 teams in the top 32, which is pretty insane. Now, if you look at the list of Imperium, I think they're second or third behind where JWM are.
That would make sense because that's the only way.
I don't know how they got people to bring in there, like Pork Chop, who we faced, in KVK4, and a lot of those guys who are amazing players. Like, they went to Eve and just beat Smash Squad. So they have an amazing collection of really good players.
I feel like there was a period that they could have dropped Imperium for a little bit last season.
They must have, and they just brought in a ton of people, like within however long of a time, because.
Or they got a bunch of people that were like 35 million power that were just sat on speed ups that were like, "Yo, I'm ready to go."
Some of the we had heard that Pork Chop was like zeroed himself. Some of those guys, they quit the game. Like they were basically tired of winning. They beat us. They were tired of winning all the time, everything. And like we heard they like zeroed themselves and quit the game. And then all of a sudden they're back. They win, KVK5, I think, and now they're 3 teams in OL top 32.
That's huge, like as a kingdom wide thing. And from what I remember hearing, Pork Chop was like super done. He was like, "Ah, man, I spent too much money on this game," and then he came back.
Yep. And he had his alt that he had in our kingdom. And he kept using it to port into space's bacon grease.
Yep, I remember that. That was so fucking annoying.
Like no, somehow none of us put 2 and 2 together. It was like I think he was in like MTO for like a week.
That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Oof, look at this Desert Altar. Blue is just defending this thing.
So, if you were in this situation, how do you think Red would be able to come back from this? If we were in this situation?
If we were losing on structures, we were down 10,000 points.
You gotta go for the arc, right?
Question. That's a good question. So Black Joker is listening, and she's told me not to divulge any of our state secrets.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I do have a thought of what I would do and that's a great question. I mean, literally, I slept 2 or 3 hours last night. Most of the last 2 nights, I've slept very, very little because my mind kept racing of different. It's like Bill Belichick, and I'm not Bill Belichick, right? But good coaches or people who try to be good coaches think through situations before they happen, because if you've never thought of a situation and then it presents itself to you, you're going to panic and you're not going to know what to do, and then it's like going to be an hour later and like, oh, I should, right?
Yeah. Well, kind of what I was thinking is they really need to get this arc, so Red's moving super heavy middle. I'm assuming
the arc is that's no brainer. That you can't lose this arc, and in fact, you probably want 2, so you actually want to win it quick. If you win this and win it, the arc is going to spawn with about 16 minutes left. If you can win it in 3 to 4 minutes, you can get a 4th arc out of this. That's what they need. They need to They probably need 2 arcs.
That second arc would be so hard to get.
Do what?
Who's that?
So yeah, the fight
that a
is
Brit?
going mid.
It's me.
Hi, Britt. You're on stream.
Yeah, you're live. We're all famous now.
Okay, then I should mute myself before I say something that I should not.
Please don't get me banned on YouTube already.
We're banned, and you know this.
Wait, who just joined us?
Britt.
Brit. Oh, fantastic.
It's me.
Now, Britt, are you doing MTOB arc here in 15 minutes?
Yup. I'm about to join. Sorry.
Who's capturing this arc first? That's huge. Get it and start dragging it to your side.
Is there a plan?
It looks like Red is gonna get it.
Yeah, I posted the plan in the MTO Discord.
Without giving the details of the plan.
Who's
you
gonna
give
get
the name of the plan?
Yes, it's the Black Joker plan because Black Joker's amazing.
Yes. Hey, put me some ice in this cup here, sir.
Britt, you've done the Black Joker plan before, right?
No, I don't know. Have
yes,
we?
you have.
No.
Yes, you have.
It's very easy. You just have to go farming all the time. What? Then I can't.
Hey.
I usually get like the top provision score. I think this last one I played, I didn't get it. The other 4 times.
Blue now I think is outnumbered Red in the middle.
They managed to get it back a little bit.
Red did not go hard enough. They did not commit to this.
Yeah, like how many rallies do they have going? They got 2 rallies going, so is this just a thing of they have a bunch of armies supporting on the outside?
They actually have, on one of their rallies, it is one of my favorite combinations, more from like OL1 and KVK2, is a Saladin YSG. You know that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, it's a really strong one.
You know, for OL3, it's a little bit outdated, but it is, one-on-one, it's actually against a Charles, and it was doing some work. It's going to lose, but... All right, Red has captured they lost it. Yeah, Blue has the better open field marches. They just, every time they meet in the middle, Blue just basically wipes them out.
Yeah, I'm kind of zoomed out, and I feel like those last 3 Red marches are all getting sent home.
Yeah. Did Red even use a buff there? I don't know.
Yes, they did. At the very start, they used a buff.
Okay.
And if I was Blue in this situation, I would not even capture this arc. I would just go hide it somewhere and get it to the point where they can't have another arc.
Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, at this point, 1008, and I don't know exactly how well it does matchmaking. 1008 might be thinking about score differential in matchmaking for the next round, though. So they might actually cap this quick. Like we kept capping ours quick all day today. Kind of for that reason, once we felt pretty in control.
Yeah, but once you have the control, it depends on like how much you want to like really. Yeah, it's definitely this game is over.
So scroll down to the Shrine of War for the red side on the top. I don't know how long they've been there, but there's a lot of red marches.
Yeah,
in and around the Shrine of War, coming back to it, marching out from their city. Like, there's a bunch coming back from their sky altar on the bottom side, like on that top side.
At this point, it might just be like a demoralized thing where, if those marches were there when Arc was going down, that's definitely a mistake. Like that might have helped turn the battle.
Basically, my point is, where were those marches needed to be somewhere else helping versus Yeah.
Where is this man going?
Oh, blue took an obelisk. Let's see if they actually poured in or not.
Did they actually capture it?
Well, it's 10 seconds away.
Ooh.
I mean, not much to do at this point anyway. You can.
I don't even know if they're gonna have space to port in. Like,
it may be one on the bottom, but
oh yeah, just behind. Go Dennis and deal with it.
I don't know if they have a
His name is Deal With It. I love it.
Tickle Fist. Isn't that what your burrito dude kept? Tickle Fist. Got a tickle party, unauthorized tickle party. Dude, Tickle was a beast today.
Tickle is phenomenal as always.
We didn't lose our desert altar the entire match.
Once this last army goes down, this art carrier is all by himself. And even now, like, that Shrine of War on the top side, it doesn't feel like a bunch of their armors are moving.
Is this going to be like a first come, first serve port, or do you want all the top to get the like their ports and then whoever what?
We'll probably just all go in. I'm not overly concerned.
Hey, Lobo, are you gonna live cast the MTOB arc after this?
Yeah, I probably will. I'll just keep it rolling.
Right, don't lose your own obelisk though this time.
Oh God, imagine.
You guys keep doing that. You guys keep getting, and 2D, you nearly did that. Like, you get so excited to take the enemy's obelisk that
and then we lose our own.
And then you lose your own. Like, bad things happen when you lose your obelisk.
Oh yeah.
Lost Princess, where do you play Arc? Do you play in G-Spot?
No, I played in NYB yesterday. We won our 7th match in a row.
You won again?
Yeah, that's the 7th time we won in a row.
Whoa! Congrats! That's fantastic.
Yeah, we are unbeatable.
Who are your like stars?
What do you mean stars?
Like best players who come to NYB to play.
Hitokiri, this is Deutsch.
This is Deutsch is a really good player.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's very hard to beat in Sunset.
I think Sugo's alt was there, or Soulbite's alt.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. If the group seeding goes by power, is that going to be another situation where, like, the lower end teams are just going to get like, cool, you play JWM, have fun.
Yep. So that's good to know. Thank you again. Who is Sendu? Is he in 1142 or is he just like a fan? I love him already. Him or her?
I believe they were. I forget where Sendu. Which kingdom were you from again? I heard that furious typing.
Because I have a very clicky keyboard. Yeah, it is interesting. We were.
We played you at one point.
Oh my!
You,
goodness.
sir, are in one of the most ridiculous alliances to play against.
Wait, you're from C9N? Do you know Smashy Panda?
That was so, so those who don't, and I don't think this is state secrets. So the MTO, what is MTO Osiris League team now, is really, I will say, an all-star team from 1142, right? We've taken
the best of the best.
The best of the best from, because we're not JWM in our kingdom. We haven't stacked like all of the best players in one alliance. We have great players across many alliances, right? And so we have a lot of good ARC teams across. Last year for OL2, we didn't really do. We brought in a few players, but it wasn't really like an all-star anyway. And so normally when MTO does, a regular ARC, it's a little different than when like our current team now. So yeah, we played C9N regular season maybe 2 months ago, and I mean they just like, I don't even know how the matchmaking came out where we played them. We knew as soon as we saw the C9N, we knew their name, we knew they're amazing. Like it was like one of those. It was like 60,000 to 9,000 blowout. Like it was
a brutal match.
We're just basically taking notes of like, what are they doing, and this is what we want to be in 2 months or whenever OL comes. I mean, they were amazing, and we were, it's, you give props to people who are amazing and who do well, and we took notes and we learned, and we I don't know that we're on C9N level by yet, but
we definitely took some points for that match and improved our gameplay significantly. So thanks for smashing us like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play the best to like learn and learn where you're deficient and where you need to improve. And those guys are amazing, and they coasted into top 32 this year again. I would be shocked if they aren't top 4 or top 8. I hope that we are not in their division, but I do appreciate you, Sendu, being in our chat and hanging out with us and just chilling. And yeah, it's very, very cool.
I covered the CN9 match last week just because I wanted to see how you guys open and just like watch the tapes of like, okay, this is how you do it. And like by the halfway minute mark, I was just like, well, this is a blowout. I need to like try to find another game that'll be closer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you think of, OV, you would think HKL, of course, JWM 2 quote unquote is out already. C9N I would expect to be right up there. 166 got knocked out today. I mean, now you have 411K though that's down in the Horus division. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that anyone knows what to expect. Rose played beautifully today again. They're always undersized and underpowered, but then they just win big margins.
Hey guys.
Let's go, buddy.
Hey, the guy who doesn't sleep, whose name
Rose are a pretty good team.
Rose are good. BBTH is amazing again.
You get a Kurt in here too?
And Pop and those guys. Yeah,
they have ARC now at CTS.
Did you know that 3 alliances from 1399 are in the top 32?
Yeah, we
were just talking about that.
BBTH and then Eve with Pork Chop, who we know and love. And I don't know who the other one was, but it's someone else. I mean, that's crazy.
This battle for the bottom desert altar has been going on for so long.
Hey, Sendu, do you know when do we get the groupings? Is it this weekend after we kind of re-register and pick new?
Oh yeah, they got Hulk. That's a huge player. But I think BBTH also lost a couple of people because I don't think 19 Vet's there anymore.
MCO was the other alliance from 1399.
Oh, MCO, yeah. I saw someone casted one of theirs. Bull Burritos might have casted one of their matches this weekend, he says. Okay.
Does anyone know when where 19 Vet went? Because he used to be one of the huge players. Like just like in terms of top powered players.
Sunday's reset. So that's actually interesting. And I don't know if I should. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say this. I won't say this on Discord. Or on Discord, I could say it on YouTube. Well, we have a player interested and likely to migrate back, but he wants to wait till after this week's MGE. So MGE ends Saturday. So if this
I know who you're on about.
Player comes back Sunday, could we re-register and get this player at least as a sub or a backup in our squad on Sunday before the? I don't know.
I think we can. It should fit in.
Oh, Sundu's picking up a couple too. You guys don't need more. You guys are fine.
You guys are already like one of the top teams to watch.
Oh, Jedi Mind Gaming is in your chat now. He said thanks for watching our arc earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch. That's the first one you streamed, Lobo?
Yeah.
Wait, who's that you guys are talking to?
My
Dude,
chat.
there's
Chat.
a live chat. They're
You're
all-
live. You're in the Lobo show.
Yeah. You didn't know? Yeah, you're live on YouTube. So there's a Sendu guy who plays for C9N. Kurt, you played in that match, right?
Yeah, that was not enjoyable for us.
Where we just got annihilated.
That was a pretty bad match.
So, yeah, sometimes you have to go through one of those to like, yeah. Oh, you're up to 10 now, Lobo. I might just keep watching, and I'm going to ridicule your MTOB play here.
Oh man, it's gonna be bad. I'm like so burnt out from arc matches.
How delayed is this from live? Like 30 seconds?
Yeah.
If that. Maybe closer to 10.
Noticeable
Because
though.
otherwise, I can point things out, but give you guys some coaching. But if it's 30 seconds delayed coaching, that might not help a ton.
I mean, don't you have a farm in MTOB?
I should try to get one in there really, really fast.
Yeah,
How
you got
much
like
time?
a minute.
Oh, can you accept me in MTOB, Lobo?
Oh, I do.
I'm gonna finish this match. Johnny should be on.
Jedi Mind Gaming, yeah. BBTH Eve and MCO. Yeah, that's impressive to 399 having 3. I mean, we are thrilled. This is our first 1142. We've always been very, very KVK focused. And we are more than thrilled, I would say, to have one team in the top 32 this year for OL.
Thing is, our team is literally like as good players as we could get from the
that's
the
what I
entire
pointed out.
kingdom, like all into one.
You know, I don't look forward to playing C9N again. I will be honest, but we are a different team from when we played them too, right?
Oh yeah.
They are amazing, and yeah, I will not be looking forward if they're.
The only time I want to play them is if it's a final, and even
There
then
you
I
go.
want to avoid them.
You go, Sendu. Let's meet in the finals,
Yeah.
and then we'll both be happy.
Oh man,
Oh,
look at that. They healed
fighting
19
them in-
million.
KVK.
They tried really
Oh,
hard.